What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. With the 2026 World Indoor Championships in Torun, Poland kicking off in a couple of days, we take a moment to reflect on one of the fastest relays in recent history. And that's the women's 4x400m relay final at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, which took place in August 2022. And for sure, this was a relay for the record books. The women's 4x400m relay was the final event of the entire athletics program in Birmingham. One last race, one last gold medal, one final chance for glory after an unforgettable week of track and field. 8 nations lined up, each with their own story. England had the home crowd behind them and a chance to win their first Commonwealth title in this event in nearly 3 decades. Canada arrived with an experienced team capable of closing hard in the final lap. Jamaica entered as defending champions and Olympic bronze medalists, determined to prove their strength once again. And then there were the outsiders, teams like Nigeria, South Africa and Kenya, all hoping to upset the favorites. When the race began, it was immediately clear that this would not be a predictable contest. The opening leg was tightly contested, with athletes from England, Jamaica, and the other teams fighting to establish early position. England's Victoria Orogu ran a strong opening lap, going head-to-head with Jamaica's Sheehan Salmon, keeping the host nation firmly in the race as the stadium crowd roared with every stride. But the real separation started on the second leg. Jodie Williams took the baton for England and delivered a powerful run, pushing the pace and putting her team into the lead. Right behind her, Jamaica's Juniel Bromfield began applying pressure, refusing to let the British team escape. By the halfway point, 3 teams had clearly emerged as contenders: England, Jamaica and Canada. Then came the third leg and the noise inside the stadium exploded. Ama Pipi of England ran one of the races of her life. With incredible strength and determination, she surged ahead, opening a gap that suddenly made the dream of gold very real for the host nation. As the final baton exchange approached, England still held the lead. Jessie Knight took the baton for the final lap, knowing the entire stadium was willing her forward, but the race was far from over. Canada's Kyra Constantine began chasing hard. Jamaica was still fighting for a podium position as well, but the battle for gold had become a head-to-head sprint between England and Canada. With 100 meters to go, Constantine started closing rapidly. Step by step, meter by meter, she reeled Knight in. The gap disappeared. The 2 athletes were suddenly side by side as they approached the finish line. The entire stadium held its breath. Both runners lunged for the line in a desperate final effort. It was almost impossible to tell who had won. For a moment, the result remained a mystery. Then the official time appeared. England had won in a stunning 3 minutes 25.83 seconds. But they were stripped of the title due to lane infringement during the first baton exchange. Canada eventually became the ultimate winner in 3 minutes 25.84 seconds. Jamaica took silver in 3 minutes 26.93 seconds, and closing the podium was Scotland, which took third in 3 minutes 30.15 seconds. It was one of the closest finishes ever seen in a 4x400m relay. A race decided not by seconds, but by mere millimeters. From Sprint Scope, we congratulate the Canadian squad on their impressive performance in this relay and wish them well going forward. What's your opinion on this, guys? Leave your comments below and let's keep the vibe alive by liking and sharing this video. As always guys, don't forget to subscribe to Sprint Scope for more amazing content like this. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.